Hi everyone, and welcome back for another episode of 10-Minute Drawing Techniques. This is episode 10 with homework with your host Mark Chong. I have a new website. It's 10minutedrawing.blogspot.com. So in case you don't have a YouTube account, you can go to the 10-Minute Drawing. You can go to the Blogspot, the blog page for it, and you can post questions, comments, and you won't need to have a special account. Anyway. Purpose of the homework exercise is people have asked me for exercises that they can use to practice to help them with their understanding of perspective, and they're also useful just sort of to get you warmed up and thinking in 3D, and just feeling a little more confident with the pencil overall. So let's begin. First exercise I'd like to show you is the radial zigzag, and the radial zigzag it's a technique that requires a fair amount of concentration where you define a center point and you try and zigzag outwards and always wind up at the same center point and try to make it so that all the lines are the same length. They're all the same length. So you're basically trying to stay within a circle, Now it's easy because I've got the circle out. But if you can do this without the circle, do it with the circle first, and then eventually try to get it without the circle, and it makes it a lot harder. If you want to make this exercise even more useful, when you get really good, is you can try and distort this zigzag in perspective. Make the lines come towards you, make them go away, make them go even further away. I can try and distort it on a planar axis. So pretty tough actually, pretty hard to get it right, to get it right, easy to do wrong. The other thing I'd like to show you is I'd like to show you how to deal with donuts. Donuts made from cross sections. So the purpose of this exercise is to help you with drawing ellipses. We're pretty good at drawing circles, but it's a little harder for us to draw ellipses that are rotated exactly the way we want them. So with this one, the easiest way to do it is, the easiest form of this exercise is something like this, where you try and spin it around a pole. You reverse the circle. This gets you used to letting the circle flatten out and reverse. Okay? Once you get good at this, and by good I mean this thing looks solid, not all wonky like this one is, then you can start trying to deal with making a donut that has been rotated in perspective. And they'll find that the donut tends to flatten out along this line. The circle will flatten out on this line. So when I draw, I'll flatten out there at the line. Then it'll flatten again at the line. So overall, a pretty tough exercise to do and get it, exactly bang on right. Probably find that you have to use as many guidelines as you can. Let's try one that's on this axis. Yeah, that's good. Figure out the limits of your circles. figure out where they'll flatten out. They'll flatten out along this along the axis at which you're spinning them. So flatten out there. Now what'll happen? Flatten out again. Flatten out. So, tough exercise to deal with. A really good one. If you're looking for even more challenge, take the same exercise, and this time we'll put the circle a fair bit away from the center. So now you don't just have to deal with rotation on one axis, you also have to deal with translation, the fact that it is traveling. Let it flatten out. Let it flatten out. Okay. So this will really get you good at getting being able to draw an ellipse at any angle, you know. Really good exercise. I'll show you one last exercise. This one's a real killer. And you'll know when you have perfect intuitive sense of perspective, because even I don't have perfect sense. Things for me get a little wonky sometimes. But it starts out with a staircase. And yeah, my staircase has lens distortion applied to it. You don't have to. Okay, so you do a staircase, and now we run a slinky down the staircase. So we imagine, well, that's where these are the points where the slinky is going to sit on the stairs. You notice how the further and further away, the more circular it becomes. And then, if you imagine on the wall, let's imagine a circle that's parallel to this side wall here, this side wall. Okay. And again, the circle becomes flat whenever it's parallel with the axis of turn, which is the stair step itself. So let it flatten and reverse out, pop down, flatten again, kind of screwed up here, but you get the idea. This is another really, really good exercise. You know, you can fill up whole pages of these. Do them on the bus, the dinner table, you know, whenever you've got time, and they'll really help, you know, get you loosened up and in the zone. Anyway, catch you guys later. I'm going to try and move you forward as fast as I can into figure drawing. So I'll get started on that on the next episode. See you guys later.